Anglers, how's it going? Sam's Fishing here. Um, Minnesota has officially changed bass regulations for 2026. Catch and release is now open all year. What that means is we can start fishing for bass right away. We don't have to wait for the end of May for bass season to open. Um, so I'm going to talk about how I plan to target these fish, and I'm also going to talk about some uh, handling techniques I like to use when I fish during this early part of the year. Um, so right around when the ice comes off the lake, it's still going to be a bit cold in the water. If it's 40 degrees and below, they're still going to be out in their winter haunts. Um, you can still find them and catch them, but you're going to want to use something that's subtle, something that's natural. Um, yeah, you can still find them and get them. There's just bites are going to probably be few and far between. But once it starts climbing up, you get a few good warm days. You start seeing 40 to 45 degrees. Bass are going to get woke up, get ready to start going to move shallow to spawn, and they're going to want to feed before that spawning season starts because they're not going to be worried about eating at that point. So you're going to get an aggressive feeding period. Once the water starts to hit 40 to 45 degrees, um, you're going to start seeing bass wake up, getting ready to move to shallow water to spawn. Um, they're going to get aggressive about feeding so they can be prepared for that spawning season. So it means you can use some bigger baits, more aggressive style baits like spinner bait. Uh, you'd want to fish that towards the bottom, slow rolled. You're going to want to use a Colorado blade. You are still going to find some neutral fish, and that's where you want to start throwing baits like a jerk bait. My personal favorite is the Rapala X-Rap. You'll still want to do something sort of natural for that. I like the perch color, and Minnesota perch is pretty much the main food source, at least where I'm from. Once the water temperatures start to come up from 45 degrees and up, bass are going to start moving up shallow, getting ready to spawn. Um, what you'll want to use in that period is anything bottom contact, like a jig, or if it's a body of water that gets a lot of pressure. Something I like to use is a Ned rig. On my home lake, we get a ton of activity out there, whether it's fishing or boating activities. So those kind of work pretty good. Sight fishing for them is pretty fun. What you want to look for is areas where there's sand, gravel, any kind of rocky bottom. As excited as I am for this rule change, and as fun as it is to be fishing for these bass during the spawn, I think it's important that we respect the resource. When we catch these fish off the beds, it's a good idea to handle the fish quickly, get your photos, and then release them close to where you caught them so they have an easier time finding their way back to the beds so they can get back to protecting the fry, the eggs, whatever they're doing at that time. As you can probably tell, I'm kind of awkward in front of a camera. I'm not used to talking on film, so it's something new to me. I'm gonna eventually get better with it, get more confident. Um, you guys can come with me on that journey. um, but yeah, so I just bought this GoPro. I can't wait to use it during this fishing season. Get some good content for you guys. I got some big stuff coming up, so stay tuned. Sam's Fishing on YouTube, TikTok, and all that. Yeah, I'll have more coming soon.